The auto reply. I didn't notice the email at first. It arrived in the middle of a normal Tuesday, between a vendor invoice and a calendar invite. Subject. Follow-up. From my own address. At a glance, it looked like one of those threads where I'd replied too quickly and my mail client had done something weird. But when I opened it, the body was only one line. I'll reply when it's safe. I stared at the sentence until it started to feel like a joke, like something I'd typed and forgotten. My sent folder didn't show anything new. No draft, no scheduled send. I work in tech support. I'm used to ghost messages, retries, bounces, delayed delivery. But this wasn't a bounce. It wasn't a system notification. It was an email from me, written like me, sent to me. I checked the headers. The originating IP looked ordinary, like it came from my usual region. Authentication passed. Nothing screamed spoof. My first thought was simple. Someone has my password. I changed it immediately. Long random string. Logged out of all sessions. Enabled a second factor prompt on every device. Then I ran a security scan on my PC, my phone, anything that had touched my inbox. I felt proud for being responsible. That night, another email arrived. Subject. Follow-up. From my own address. Don't change it again. It takes longer. My stomach tightened so hard it felt like someone grabbed it and twisted. The email timestamp was 2 minutes in the future. I refreshed. It stayed there. I checked the server time. Correct. I checked my PC clock. Correct. The email had a future timestamp, as if it had been sent from a place where time ran just a little ahead. I didn't sleep much. I kept turning the phone over in my hand, waiting for another message. None came. In the morning, my wife asked why I looked pale. I told her it was work. That was true, in the loosest way. At lunch, my coworker Rio leaned over the partition and said, "Hey, did you send me something last night?" "What?" He spun his monitor slightly. An email thread was open. From me to him. Body. If you get an email from me, don't answer. Don't forward. Don't delete. Leave it unread. Is this a prank? He asked, half smiling. It's not, I said too quickly, and the smile fell off his face. I checked my sent items again. Nothing. Yet the email existed. Delivered. Read receipt requested. I asked him to show the headers. Same pattern. Authentication passed. Clean. Rio looked at me like I'd brought a stray animal into the office. So, what is it? I don't know, I admitted. But if you get another one, tell me immediately. I made it to the end of the day by pretending I was fine. I answered tickets. I smiled in meetings. I laughed at someone's joke. I even forgot about the emails for a full 30 minutes. Then my phone buzzed at 9:13 p.m. Subject. Follow-up. From my own address. Don't go to bed yet. I stood in the kitchen holding the phone like it was wet. My wife was in the shower. The apartment was quiet except for water and distant traffic. I typed a reply before I could stop myself. Who are you? I hovered over send. Then the next email arrived. Do not reply. My thumb froze. I deleted the text I'd typed. I set the phone down, screen up, like a bomb technician. A minute later. Good. I didn't touch anything. I just watched. Then, leave the bathroom light on. The shower stopped. The bathroom door opened. Steam rolled into the hallway. My wife stepped out, towel in her hair, and paused. "Did the light flicker?" she asked. "No," I lied, because it hadn't flickered. It had dimmed like someone had placed a hand over the bulb, and then lifted it away. My wife went to brush her teeth. I walked past the hallway mirror and avoided looking at my own face. Another email. "Don't look in mirrors tonight." I stopped mid-step. The mirror across the hall reflected a slice of our living room. Couch, coffee table, a blanket, nothing else. Still, I reached out and turned the mirror slightly toward the wall, like a superstitious person in a cheap horror movie. My wife watched me. "What are you doing?" "Just glare," I said. "From the window." She shrugged. "Okay." When she went to bed, I stayed up on the couch. I kept the bathroom light on. I kept the hallway light on. I kept my phone in my hand like a rosary. At 11:02 p.m. "If you hear tapping, do not answer." I swallowed. My mouth felt like paper. At 11:06 p.m., the tapping started. It wasn't loud. It wasn't dramatic. It came from the wall behind the couch. 3 light knocks, a pause, 3 more, like someone testing if the apartment was hollow. I held my breath. My phone buzzed. "Don't move." The tapping shifted. It traveled along the wall, as if whatever was tapping was moving slowly toward the bedroom. I could almost map it in my mind. Behind the couch, behind the bookshelf, behind the TV. Like a finger tracing the edge of a room. Then it stopped. A minute passed. 2. I began to believe it was over. Then, tap, 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 from the bedroom wall. The thought of my wife asleep on the other side made something hot and stupid rise in my chest. I almost stood up. My phone buzzed hard enough to make my hand sting. "If you go in, it will learn her name." I didn't breathe. I didn't blink. From the bedroom, a soft sound. Not a scream. Not a voice. A sigh, like someone exhaling in relief. My wife shifted in her sleep. Murmured something I couldn't make out. The tapping stopped. My phone buzzed again. "You did well." I stared at the screen until my vision blurred. The next morning, my wife told me she'd had a strange dream. She said someone stood in the doorway, watching, but never came closer. I told her it was just a dream. At work, I went straight to Rio's desk. "Did you get another email?" I asked. He looked pale. "Yeah." He turned his screen. "It was an email from me. It's in the building. Don't use the mirrors. Don't use the reflective elevator doors." Rio whispered, "What the hell is this?" I didn't answer. I was already walking. The office building we work in has mirrored elevator doors. Most modern buildings do. I'd never thought about it before. I reached the elevator bank and stopped. The doors were shiny stainless steel, not a perfect mirror but reflective enough. I could see my outline, my face stretched and distorted. Someone else was standing there too, an older man in a gray coat, waiting like me. I looked down at my phone. An email arrived. "Take the stairs." I didn't hesitate. I pushed through the stairwell door and started climbing. On the second landing, I heard the elevator chime, and then, faintly, a scream. The scream wasn't loud enough to echo. It sounded like someone trying not to make a sound. I kept climbing until my legs burned. At the 4th floor, another email. "It can only enter if it is invited." A new message followed immediately. And, reply, "Counts." My hands went numb. Back at my desk, I sat down slowly, like an old man. I opened my email settings. Auto replies. Rules. Filters. Forwarding. Nothing unusual. Then I noticed a rule that I swear hadn't been there before. If subject contains follow-up, right pointing arrow mark is important. Never delete. I didn't create it. I deleted the rule. The screen froze for a moment, like my computer was thinking. Then it unfroze. At 1:11 p.m., an email arrived. Don't remove the thread. This time the timestamp was exactly correct. This time it didn't feel like a glitch. It felt like a hand on the back of my neck. I typed, without thinking. What do you want? My finger hovered above send. Then my phone buzzed, not an email notification, but a calendar reminder. A meeting I didn't remember scheduling. Title: Follow-up. Time: 1:11 p.m. Location: Mirror Room. We don't have a room called Mirror Room. I opened the invite details. There was a note: reply when it's safe. The same line as the first email. My throat tightened. I looked around the office. People typing, people laughing, someone walking past with coffee. Normal life. And then I noticed, on the far wall of the open office, the big glass meeting rooms. The one at the end had a mirrored privacy film half applied, like someone had started covering it and stopped. The reflection in that glass was wrong. The angles didn't match, and in the wrong reflection, I saw myself standing alone inside the meeting room, facing the wall, with my forehead pressed against the glass, as if listening. I didn't go to the meeting. I didn't reply. I went home early. I shut the curtains. I covered the hallway mirror completely with a towel and tape. My wife laughed until she saw my face. What is going on? She asked. I think someone is sending emails from the future, I said, because it was the closest thing to truth I could manage. That night, at 11:06 p.m., my phone buzzed. It's getting impatient. Then, it will try your wife. I snatched the phone. Another email arrived, not from me this time. From my wife's address. Subject: follow-up. Body: sure, come in. I ran to the bedroom and shook her awake. What? She mumbled. Did you email anyone? I demanded. She blinked at me like I was a stranger. No. My phone buzzed again. Too late. The bathroom light dimmed. From the hallway, the covered mirror made a faint sound like glass cooling after heat, a soft crackle. Then came a whisper from behind the towel. Not my voice. Not my wife's. Something trying out a new shape of sound. Reply. I grabbed my phone and, without thinking, turned it off. The screen went black, but the whisper continued, closer now, as if it wasn't coming from the phone at all. Reply. 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 And then, softly, with perfect clarity, it said my wife's name. I didn't know how it learned it, until my phone lit up again without being turned on. One new email. From my address. Thank you.